Good night,
Good
everyone.
night, everyone. I guess someone has a spoiler already, but it's not a secret who will be joining us today.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you, Augusto?
I'm great. Yeah, actually, I'm very, very excited. This is our second Vibe Wednesday. We are packing a lot of great people to join us on a talk, on a tech talk, kind of. And today, like I said, is our second day of many. Today here in Brazil, it's 8 o'clock p.m. And we are ready to start. Right, Pedro?
Perfect. Yeah, it's kind of late if you are in USA or other countries. Here in Brazil is like evening for us. We are almost like dinner time. But yeah, that's perfect time for tech talk. That's perfect time for uniting our community and for understanding better some projects and some ideas of how to get better into technical terms. And yeah, with that, so I want to invite you guys to understand how are you connected, like I'm just fell down with some parachute here. What is going on? What you guys are talking about? I don't know anything. I don't even understand what you guys saying, and I'm sorry. I'm getting kind of mouthwashed. I will get a water.
Yeah, so here we have our Luma calendar where you can um, reach out, you can find our events, you can find the past events, you can find future events. So here we are at our Vibe Wednesday interview. We had demo day last Saturday. We have a lot of great events coming forward. There are some undisclosed guests and future possible hackathons. We have a lot of stuff going on. And to be part of it, you have to subscribe. You just go to luma.com at slash venture miner, or you can just scan this great QR code and subscribe to our calendar. And if you want to join our pitch days, you can grab your builder membership. It's free of cost, so just go ahead and do it. And then we can reach out. We'll send emails. We will send invites and all that great info right in your mailbox. So this is our calendar where you can see our emails, where you can see our events, and be part of our great community. We're trying to build a community. We're trying to be a hub for people that wants to get closer and get intimate to tech. We have a lot of vibe coding boot camps. We have a lot of great uh, encounters. So yeah. But yeah, enough about us. Let's talk about our guest, the main event of today. So we have here with us Jyoti. She is a director of application development with great experience leading and delivering robust enterprise solutions. And yeah, just bring Jyoti up. Hi,
Hello,
Jyoti.
Jody.
Hey
Welcome.
everyone, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Please, speak a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So, my name is Jyoti Shah, and I am currently a director of applications development. I've been into IT industry for 20 plus years. Have been a full stack developer. I have navigated through different technologies, front end, back end, database, and I have been open to get to learn new technologies, and that is when AI came into picture. I said, why not? So currently I'm a leader who is managing one of the AI projects, and I am always fostering culture of mentoring, trying to motivate women in technology. So this is in short about me.
Awesome, awesome, great. Yeah, we're gonna have
Perfect.
a very meaningful conversation here. We have a lot of topics in common, right, Pedro? Do you have
Perfect. Yeah. Actually, we have a question from YouTube.
already?
Uh, Someone is asking where is Mateus today? I have some Mateus fan here. So actually, Mateus it is in Argentina right now. He is doing some events there. They are doing a congress with Web3 and some companies, and Mateus is representing us there. So he won't be able to join us today, but I'm sure that he's watching us into his smartphone. So if you want to say a message, you can say there. We can deliver to him live, but unfortunately, live stream he won't be able to be present today. But we have Jyoti, which will be answer some questions, teaching us some insightful ideas about AI. And speaking about AI, Jyoti, did you ever wonder some years ago that you would be able to construct or to put a project or application into like being able to vibe code, or nowadays you feel like vibe code will be outreached by something else?
That's an excellent question, and I guess it is everybody's thought. Like if I take myself few years back, maybe like 2 years back, I wouldn't have imagined that AI would give us so much of strength, so much of freedom to develop something without the technical knowledge. Because what AI is doing right now, when you mention vibe coding, it all depends on what ideas you have. So AI is empowering everyone to bring their ideas on the table and forget about what all goes behind the scene technicals. So if I look back, of course, I had not imagined something that AI growing so big. It all depends on how the technology of AI has evolved that has made it so big in these couple of years. So thanks to all of the hardware behind the scene who actually is capable now of handling so many queries of AI. So that is when it comes to the common individual like me, we just have to use AI and just send our idea, and that is how it's developing.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. I remember when I started my master's degree, um, there was no AI. So
That's correct. Yeah.
yeah, and it's not that long ago. So I finished my thesis in 2018, and we are in 2025, and uh, the scenario changed so much. Uh, and like you said, you're 20 years into the tech space. You have 20 plus years of experience. I have uh, 2 years of experience in the tech space, or less than that, and I've seen a change so great, so impressive, and I cannot imagine how that sounds to people that have been in the tech space for so long and have seen so many changes. And this change, how does that change feel to you? Not just uh, as a technical person, a technical industry, but as a leader, as someone that has to guide people daily.
Yeah. So let me go back to the history. Like while we were discussing, right, AI is there since last 2 years. AI is been there since long. If you look back at the history of the evolution of AI, it might be maybe 30, 40 years back. The only things that have changed right now is the hardware, as I mentioned, like the evolution of GPUs, how the chips are being made. That actually help and supported how AI is being flourishing over here. Now, if I look back at myself with the 20 years of experience that I have developed and written each line of code, like thousands of line of code to develop a screen. And now when I look at it, AI is actually helping you to write the code within like few seconds, right in front of you, you see over there. When it comes to guidance, when
Oh, maybe she's
I think
In the
she's working.
development, there was a lot of stress on is it going to take a job away? But now, if I look at back, like maybe just a couple of months back, AI is a guiding tool. It's a tool that we mentor them, like we mentor the tool to write the code for us, and while the developers actually write something meaningful. When it comes to guiding the team that I lead, um, so how I actually mentor, and I actually mentor to others as well, like how I would say to everyone that use AI for the repetitive work that you might be doing. But at the end, you are actually the driver of this whole system. You are the one who would be guiding the AI, who would be mentoring the AI on what needs to be done. And you will be the human who will actually be reviewing the code. So using of the AI doesn't mean that you shouldn't have the technical knowledge when it comes to development. Your base, your core should be strong enough to see what AI is developing. Is it something meaningful? Is it how it should be doing it? So this is what the guidance and mentorship I provide to the team, to others, to the young generation.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
because we do see sometimes people that sell the idea that AI will do everything for you, that AI that it's that you can do anything without knowledge, right? That you can build something from scratch, not knowing anything. You can do, but that doesn't scale. That doesn't holds itself, right?
Yeah. So how I define like a successful AI development is doing the development within the guardrails. AI is all about the historical data or what data you provide. As long as you provide good data, which doesn't have any bias, which doesn't have any ethical issues, it will perform good. But at the end of the day, there is always a human in the middle. So, not AI is not going to perform on its own, it needs constant monitoring. AI doesn't change itself based on how the data is changing, how the market is changing. So, it always needs a reevaluation. So if you make us if you say like AI is going to do everything, that's not correct. AI will do what we say to the AI, but at the end of the day, we have to keep on mentoring the AI. We have to keep on checking for any bias, any hallucination that is happening, any retraining of the models that needs to be done. So it's a constantly changing industry that we are looking right now. We are a middle of evolution of AI. We just have to hold stick and make sure that we use AI for the betterment and not to panic that AI will do everything.
On your day-to-day basis, Jyoti, do you use AI like outside of your job, and how do you use it?
So I definitely use AI, and it is not that I never used anything else. I used the Google before to do my research on everything. How AI, like how ChatGPT or any other bot, have made things easy for us is it has given us a common platform, one place where we do type anything that we want and it brings up all the research. Not I have to go everywhere. So for any common research that I have to do, I use ChatGPT. If I'm planning a trip, of course, I do chat GPT, I provide. So AI, if you ask AI question 5 times, it will give you answers differently. It all depends on how good you are in the prompt engineering. So I have little bit mastered on what things I want. So if I am planning a trip, I make sure I provide all the details on where I'm going, where I'll be landing, which hotel I would be staying, what places I want to visit, and what food I want to eat, and what is my mode of transportation. If I provide proper data, it comes up with very good itinerary. So this is just an example. AI can be used for maybe you get a recipe, maybe you are searching for a classes for your kids, what you should be doing, or maybe if I'm looking for is there any venture minor event going on which I should be attending. it will tell me everything. I don't have to do the research on my own. So these are some of the things which actually have saved me a lot of time in doing the research myself, and it is all happening in one place. And it's not just my generation using the AI. Of course, the younger generation use it more, but then the older generations, they are also using the AI. So many common things, same AI usage. It all depends on how you're asking, what you're asking the AI. So I use a lot in my day-to-day activities.
Awesome. And I hope when everybody asks what venture minor events there are coming uh, on ChatGPT or any other LLM, they send everybody to our calendar, our Luma calendar, to see the great
Yes, it
events.
will. Yeah, it actually does. Maybe you can try.
Okay,
Awesome. Yeah,
before we close the live stream, we do a shout to this.
awesome.
And in
So
your, okay, go, Augusto,
yeah,
please.
go ahead, Pedro. Yeah, please.
So, you said that you use like to make it, a lot of your day easier, right? But have you ever vibe coded a project or application that are you using or you want to your friends to use or family? Maybe you vibe coded something to your mom.
Yes, I have done vibe coding, and one of the things I actually developed with the AI, with the vibe coding, it's about a coach that would help the younger kids in the high school get a job. There are so many high school jobs that are available. Some want to teach guitar, some want to teach math, maybe basketball session, or maybe somebody is looking for a high school kid for to do a nanny job. So I did a vibe coding. I prepared an application which actually does all of these jobs. I'm still testing it, but this is something which I want to say. But apart from that, I do actually went to a lot of hackathons to hear about the ideas that I have. Some of the good ideas that I still remember is one of them developed application which tells you the parking spot in New York City. Like when we go in New York City, we just keep on wondering, is it a legitimate parking? Should we park over here? We look at some because we don't see the signs or anything. The person built an app using the vibe coding, and it actually tells you, like, just click a picture from the mobile, it gives you all the details. You can park over here, these are the timings. So this is one of the idea. This came from somebody who had no technical background. The other one came from a really old lady who was a librarian, and then she actually had a use case where she built an application using the vibe coding to do a search of any of the books that might be available in any of the libraries in New York City. So imagine a person like her who has no technical background but had an idea, had a use case, had a need to develop it, and the vibe coding actually gave uh, what I can say, like, the opportunity for her to express to the world, and that is where she was able to express, oh, this is what I want to build, this is my idea. So vibe coding is really good when it comes to, because it lets you express what ideas you want to propose, what problem you're trying to solve, because AI is all about what you're proposing, how is it is going to help you, and what are you going to say when this idea comes into picture. So this is what I would say about the vibe coding.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, it's great to hear hard coders that have a lot of coding knowledge and that have written thousands and thousands of lines of code, speaking this warmly on vibe coders, because we are vibe coders, me and Pedro, myself, and we speak with a lot of vibe coders, and there are a lot of people that turn their heads when we say that we do like to build apps and projects with AI, and they say no. You do need you need a dev, you need a software engineer to do that. You should not be doing that without knowledge. Do you think that there is a limit on where non-technical people can build great projects and scale them up?
Yeah, so when it comes to having the technical knowledge, like I said, technical knowledge is something that is a must, because at the end of the day, you should be able to make out what AI is doing. But then, if you are using an app which already has the guardrails, which is already taking care of a lot of things like security, privacy, which you should even be taking care of. But at the end of the day, there needs a technical eye just to look, because if I look at the code that AI is generating, it types of hallucinate in between. There are a lot of dummy methods that might be created, but a person who has a good technical eye over it, who understands what it is being developed, might be able to point out. But for certain use cases where the vibe coders wants to propose an idea, it's a good start for them. And it's good to have the technical knowledge on what goes behind the scenes so that you understand. Like, you cannot just blindly trust the AI. And this is from somebody who has always written the code. So I hear when some people say, no, you need developers. So, but within guardrails, if you're building it, then the vibe coders can also do wonders out of it.
Great, great, yeah, perfect. So guys from the chat that are watching us, feel free, don't be shy. You can shout out questions. We'll bring them up. In the meantime, we can keep talking. Pedro, what can you say about the limit? Like I said, when someone says to you, you should know better before vibe coding.
Yeah, I have that feeling as well. And Joyce pointed that part that is really important because there's a difference between the technical person and the non-technical about methods, classes, understand how the logical is being processed in a vibe coded project and in a non-vibe coded project. But nowadays, I have the feeling that if I have my product out there and he's getting some traction to the market, if I vibe code it and the idea is good enough for me to have an investment, and then I go into a technical person to hire them and make the app more scalable or more secure at some in some ways, I guess vibe coding has this point of start that lowers the base of knowledge that you need to do, because if you try to have technical knowledge, are you gonna be a good full back end or a good front end? You might get someone that is good like full stack at programming, but I see a lot of people doing this kind of difference into how they build their application inside their companies. And with that, so Jyoti, yourself, how do you prefer to work? Like, do you prefer to do your Vibe Coder project into front end or into back end? And maybe you have some clues that the front end might get done not so well, so we try to correct with a friend, or we'll make a guardrail, as you said.
So, since I mentioned my background is full stack,
Yeah.
I always like to do which has the full stack, but I have a soft corner for the front end because that is what you see the user experience over there. So if you give me an option like where would like to do the vibe coding, I would obviously like to do the vibe coding on the front end because I will be able to share the AI what I want to develop, how it should look, what all features it should have, how the navigation should be, how the look and everything, and how usable I want to become. So that is where I want to get an idea from the AI, and I really know that there are a lot many skills that the AI shows when it comes to the front end development. So my first point would be do something on the front end when I do vibe coding, but I might go to the back end as well once I have done with that. So maybe like a complete product, I would go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and the chat is coming. It's coming to the conversation as well. We have Daniel again with us. He was here last Wednesday as well, and so he asked, "How do you evaluate AI proficiency? How good someone is at using AI tools effectively?" So, with your direct reports and job applicants, is there a metric or scoring on how people use AI?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and but there is no direct answer. There is no matrix that I would say. Um, Basically, using the AI tools in the development, it needs somebody who can evaluate like what area of the development should the tool be using it, and that person should also have the good knowledge on doing the review. So now I can divide when it comes to the development, maybe the front end, the back end, when it comes to testing, when it comes to the deployment, each of these areas have different use of the AI tools. And if so, how I look at it, if the person is using the tool for the repetitive work and then applying all of its knowledge to make things faster, that is how I would evaluate the effectiveness of the AI tools. Also, making sure the accuracy, the quality of the code that is being pushed into production, that defines the matrix. So, there is no matrix as such. I look at how much time the developers have taken, what areas the tool have been used, and how the quality of the product is. That is how I can define how we can evaluate the AI proficiency.
Yeah, you need to have an input, and you have to know the output, right?
Yes,
And you can measure it out, the input against the output is with and without AI. That's a great take. Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, Daniel,
Daniel,
for coming up and
always with the
expressing.
great questions.
Yeah,
Awesome. So what do
thank
you
you.
have for us now, Pedro?
So, I was wondering, Jyoti, you said that you came up seeing something that you remind about vibe coding and AI. Do you have like a pet project that you remember that was presented to you besides this one of parking into New York? And how did you see the idea growing up, and if this would be something that you would be like to work into as well, like be a part
yeah,
of, if it would be like open source or something like that?
there are there are many projects that I have seen, and I really admire like how the college grads and the other ones, they're coming up with the idea. Some of them I still remember, and one of them which I felt like might be useful to me, and the other one. So they actually develop an application which help you manage your calendar. It gives you like how your calendar looks like. It gives you so for example, like if you want to make a call, it does it automatically. If you want to make a call to the dentist, it reminds you, it makes a call when you're available. So that was kind of smart thing which I felt, because we all forget about this thing. The other one that I still remember was the automatic reply. So if you are running a company and then you have your out of office message set, somebody calls you and sends a message. What they developed with an AI was tracking those message, responding, and also scheduling. So if you are a dentist office and somebody is calling you, like I want to schedule, and it's going to the voicemail, that voicemail actually they grab the message, the transcript, they make a call again to them, or maybe while they are on the voice message they interact, and they schedule looking at your calendar, looking at the dentist calendar, and they schedule the appointment based on the conversation. So in they the project was saving lot of time of the receptionist, a lot of time of the someone who is calling, and the AI was well aware on the availability of the dentist on and what the messages were being left on the voicemail. So there were some things which I felt like were really good, which really actually hit what the target of any problem that we might be facing now. There are many, but I out of the right now I just remember these two.
That's great. Yeah, it's a
I
good
believe
one.
you actually listen to our projects when you judge the demo
Yeah,
day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, great. Yeah, yeah, you had great feedbacks. For me, it's for Pedro as well. Awesome, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. So
thank
So
you so much.
no,
no,
my
thank you.
pleasure.
That we
Yeah.
we 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 are grateful when we have great leaders and great industry personnel that actually agrees to come to our events to have 20, 30, 40 minute conversation about technology and AI products, or either to come and judge projects that are vibe coded as well, and to bring their knowledge to help community to help build this vibe coding community that we're trying to build here. And when we talk about community, Jyoti, so the leadership role is to actually uh, live in community, right? And as someone in the leadership role, um, what do you think that AI can bring to our community, like to a corporate community or to a student community, to a group of people that want to thrive and build something together?
Yeah. So how I look at AI is it has wealth of knowledge, and it can give you the knowledge if you ask the way you are teaching to a young child who doesn't know anything. How much information you give, the AI will provide you that much information. Every time you change your question, it will give you something else. So I treat AI as a helper, or maybe as a motivator. If I want to start doing something which I don't do, it's a good start where AI provides you all the information. But at the same time, you need to have your like vision, or maybe you need to know what is right and what is wrong, because not every time AI is correct. Like there are a lot of things that are going behind the scene, like with deep fakes and everything. So while you're using AI, you have to make sure like what is truth. And if you have all this knowledge, I feel like AI is a wealth of information that you can get in maybe few seconds, which you might spend so many hours, so many days to figure out. So like that is what I would say. Like it's really helping the leaders as well. If you ask me about the leadership, there are a lot of things that goes with this role on, and it at some point of time it actually helps you. Oh, how do I schedule this meeting? How do I put the agenda so that I take uh, the most out of it? And these are the audiences, how I should be taking care. Other use case, like I want to draft an email, the tone should be this one. There are so many times when we record the meeting, so out of the transcript, what was the minutes of meeting? How do I train my direct reportees for certain things? Like there are so many use cases for the leaders as well. But if I talk in general, like you just need to know how to use the AI with, and just make sure that you are within the guardrails, protected from any of the risks that might happen, not to pass any personal information, not exposing anything, while just genuinely asking what you want to ask.
Yeah, that's awesome. You
Yeah.
said that you are full stack. I want to do a more technical question actually.
Mhm.
How did you work with coworkers, or how did you debate with yourself into using or not using AI? And because at some points using AI should be cheaper, but at the same time the code might not be the greatest code. So how did you make this balance?
So to start with AI, like it's not mandatory that to use AI just because everybody is using it. You just have to make sure that you have a good use case. How I would suggest everybody to start is taking an area which is risk free, where you exactly know that if I give this input, this would be the output. For example, automation testing, you know what you provide, what should be. So start with an area where you know what the predictability of the AI is, and then start enhancing, start using it into maybe doing a POC, trying to do everything whatever you want, like breaking the code using AI how much you want, but at the same time just making sure that it's limited to that area. So this is how I navigate using the AI. Do it in POC, do it in testing, do it in repetitive work where we know how it is going to respond. Maybe do it in CI/CD pipeline. Maybe do it in peer review, something which is risk free. And then as you navigate, as you go on, maybe little by little, you can start expanding. I wouldn't suggest tell AI to develop the whole code, thousands of line of code, and I don't have the expertise. I don't have a person with an expertise to actually review that code. So that is not how I suggest the AI should be used in the development cycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
great.
that adds a lot with what Daniel brought again, like with the great takes. That the challenge is that the tools are much better than we are at using them, and they're constantly getting more capable, uh, and as we need to be constantly improving on using them, right?
Yes. Yeah, this, of course, the tools are getting much better because we are training, we are providing the feedback on how we, what we want, and they are actually getting more and more capable. With that said in mind, we are actually also getting more and more capable to actually review how the AI is performing. So I wouldn't say it like a challenge. If the tools are getting better, use it for the use case that might help you. But just make sure that you have a way to define or make sure that the results whatever you want are correct. It using of the AI is like constantly monitoring. It's not like you just tell AI you're done, your product is live in production. No, it's like constant monitoring, constant mentoring, constantly looking at the output, like is it providing the result what you actually want it to be. So tools are getting better, the skills are the human skills are revising. There are new positions that are being generated on making sure the AI is performing better. So I hope I answered Daniel's question.
Yeah, I guess. Yes.
Yeah.
Great. And you were talking before, and how and we had a talk last week on prompt engineering, and then you said um, that you need to be careful on how to give information to AI, and you need to be aware of on how you're doing it. And I just last couple days ago, I tried to give a prompt to my kid. I have two daughters, and I tried to talk to her and to teach her like I would to chat GPT to give him a task. So do you understand this specific concept? Yes, I do, Daddy. So once you understand this concept, what do you think you can do after that? So using what I learned from AI to talk to people. Yeah, I guess it always helps, right?
Yes, yes, it always help, of course, because it all depends also, Augusto, on how much knowledge you also have. So if we don't have knowledge on what we are asking with AI, we might believe that, the one that is provided is correct. So due diligence needs to be required on, how we are doing it. And of course, prompt engineering comes in picture, and it's really, really important aspects on how you actually draft it to tell the AI. So if you're just telling it very vaguely, it will provide you the information. But if you put the prompt nicely on who is asking, what is the background, it might give you clear understanding. So that way you will be also be able to make sure that the output is what you wanted. So it all depends on our knowledge as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great. And as AI is always evolving, and people are always evolving as well, our knowledge is always getting bigger, and we improve on that, right? So AI and automations are reshaping software development and leaderships in big companies, small companies, mom and pop shops that are using AI to better acquire clients and better talk to their clients and deliver better products. So what shifts, what changes do you expect? Um, how those designs, how AI help designing better systems from here on?
So, so when I designed the system, I was not aware of how the system should be based on different diverse global region, based on languages that are used, based on if somebody needs support with the hearing, like how they applicate. But with AI being in picture, and if the AI actually has knowledge of all of these things on how the system should be designed, especially in application. So, with proper prompt, it actually generates what you actually don't even know. So, that is how I see how AI does its job better in bringing something which we are not aware and taking into account on what all details we put into it.
Awesome. Yeah. Uh, Perfect. And yeah, Daniel brought the insight about the kids that AI collaborators are also great managers and parents because they communicate clearly and with the correct detail level. Yeah, that's it. You
Yeah.
have to be clear. You have to be concise as well sometimes. And if you don't, right, you end up hallucinating with the AI and with the kids as well.
Yeah. It's
And
like training a kid who doesn't have, it's like how you bring up your kid who doesn't have any knowledge and how you're training the kid. AI, I feel like it's like that. And as and when you start using AI, it has all of these memories, like how what you were asking, what type of questions you would be doing. It has all of these backup memories. Sometimes I wonder, when I ask question to my chat GPT, it actually remembers and adds to all of these. Oh, maybe if I asked, which restaurant I should go now, okay, you might want to try this because last time you went over here and then you put the reviews that you didn't like it, so maybe you want to try this. And then in the evening you have an appointment over there, so this restaurant is near. So yeah, it's a fascinating how it actually uses its memory to answer, and that's how we human are. Like, we also use our memory to interact and tell all those things. So yeah, so this is how AI is being used in our life.
great, yeah. Uh, we're almost reaching through our conversation here. We've been here 40 minutes talking about AI and how it shapes and is shaping even more our industry. We do have a couple more questions if you have time, if you can stay a little bit longer with us. So Isabella asked, in your opinion, so which development trends or technologies are overhyped and which are underestimated right now? Do you have
Yeah,
any takes
so
on that? Yeah.
and I guess this is not okay. So, which development trends and technologies are overhyped right now? It's of course AI, model training, in my opinion, because AI has touched not only to the technology field but to every field. Like, AI is now, we don't have any boundaries. Like, as an AI leader, I can go and work in a nanotechnology because AI touching is over there. As an AI leader, I can go and do research in medical because they now want to develop an AI system which uses the medical data. So it's this trend and technology is overhyped because everybody wants to know about it. How much it is used, how much is it useful, we don't know much yet, because when it comes to real use case, when we put all the guardrails, it becomes really thin. So I would say that is something which is more trending, and I would say everybody of you will agree with that. And what are the underestimated right now? um the underestimated one, I would say, it's not underestimated, but maybe the one who are doing the hardcore development. I would say they are the one who are underestimated because the questions are asked. Why aren't you using the AI tools? It might help you. So if somebody really wants to stick on doing the coding by themselves, they're mostly underestimated. And this might, I don't know how much time it will go until we really know how much AI is proven in this field. So this is my opinion, not related to any organization that I work for. I have worked previously. So
Yeah, awesome. Um, Great. Yeah. Do you have anything to bring, Pedro? Last question that you have on your mind?
I
Uh,
was about to ask Jyoti if she used already the Gemini 3.0 that's launched this week, and if she thought that is a really improvement because we see a lot of big numbers into those benchmarks. But does it really get better than the last model?
I actually saw the news, but I haven't tried my hands on. The way I would actually make out whether it has improved or not, it all depends on what result I'm getting with the Gemini, what I think would I be getting, and there is no way that I can make out like if the model is
Mm-hmm.
performing good. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay.
yeah.
And I have the feeling that you're very cautious about AI in development and you are a very cold-hearted oriented person. And have you ever tried to don't like use AI at any point and still see like hard coding is the way? Because nowadays we need to deliver fast, and AI tries to answer that questions about time, right? In your field of work, do you have the feeling that this faster deliver that AI helps us do, it's a better way than the hard code that will take so much time to do it?
So there is no clear answer to that. It all depends on where you are working. So if you are working in a bigger enterprise application organization, and if there are a lot many guardrails that are put, because of course the security privacy of the data of the customer is really really important. So within these guardrails, it is there are very less chances that you can use AI to develop everything. So it all depends where you are working versus if you are working in a startup where it all matters. Like you have clients who need something, you are able to develop versus you hire a developer who takes time. So it all depends on the situation, on the need, on the risk factor as well. So if you are developing something which has no connection to any of the privacy of the data, maybe just streaming something, maybe just showing, or maybe just providing the information on the link. This is just an example. It all depends, right? There is no right answer to that. um, because there is so much uncertainty of the AI. So bigger organization, they're keeping an eye on how they should be doing. There are policies. There are every day there are new policies that are being implemented so that AI is being held accountable. Right now, there is nobody held accountable for what AI is developing, what AI is making videos and everything. So it all depends on your need. But if where AI can be used is, so for example, Pedro, you have a really, really nice idea and you want to present it because you feel like this is good. You can use the vibe coding that time and you can present it. If it if you're able to do a fully functional product out of it, well and good. But if you're presenting to a bigger organization, that is a chance for you to do it without the coding, without need of a developer. But using AI, to what I suggest, if you use the AI to do the repetitive work and then you concentrate on building the complex logic, that really makes sense. So it's there is no clear answer like what you have asked, but it depends,
I
where
guess
you are in. Yeah.
I have the feeling that only time will tell. And also this year, I have AI has grown so much into all areas that has been proposed to be inside, right? And who knows what could be next year? Maybe we could have like an agentic AR for development, or it really gets into a plateau. We never know. I guess we never
Yeah,
know.
but and yes, and see, with the AI world, there is nothing impossible. With especially the evolution of agentic AI, things are getting more faster. Things are getting developed and processed more faster. So we don't know what the future is, but AI is helping a lot, I would say, to make things faster, come up with nice sugar coated things which I might not be able to do it. So and when I see AI doing it, it's actually improving my knowledge as well. Oh, I didn't know this. So this is something good. So let's see what the future has. But of course, it has a good future, I would say. Use AI for your benefit and make sure that we go with the flow. Restricting it might not be helpful, but incorporating it in our day to day lives with carefulness might be beneficial for all of us, whether it's in medical field, whether it's in development, whether you're doing vibe coding to propose something, or whether you are a journalist. So you never know what AI has for you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it's uh, oh, I think Pedro, yeah, he's back. Ah, great. Um, so we, yeah, what I was gonna say is that it's always developing, and we just have to say, when you answered that it depends, I remember my college time, that always the great classes and always the great conversation started with this answer. It depends. It depends on many things. And I always like this answer because it um, it lets us to elaborate and think on different perspectives. So yeah, it's always great to hear that it depends.
Mhm.
Um,
We
so
have
Jyoti, uh,
I
go ahead.
guess we have some question into the YouTube. That's the last question and some comments from Daniel. Isabella asked again, which human skill do you think will become even more valuable as AI continues to evolve? And Daniel added to these questions that and a recent benchmark found that agents succeed less than 3% in producing freelance work.
Mhm.
And so, how do you feel about those matter?
Yeah. So let's get back to the first question on which human skills do you think will become more valuable? The human skills on recognizing the result, where the results are ethical, bias, those type of human skills we evolve, where actually we have to judge what the AI is doing over here. When it comes to testing, we don't have any true or false right now. Now the human skills are more used on testing the results of the AI. The other thing is there is a new area of where lawyers are getting involved in the AI, because we want to make sure that there are so many policies that needs to be developed. So these are some of the valuable AI, what AI is generating, some of the new careers that I feel like, it's evolving right now on judging the AI. Everything on judging how the AI is doing is what is becoming more valuable. If you are a person who are able to make out what AI has the weaknesses, then it's really beneficial. Like these are the human skills where you can make out. Now let's go back to the second question where okay, so I think AI agents today are, but I'm not sure if the found that agents succeed less than 3% in producing freelance work. Okay,
I guess it
so
has to be with context window for the AI work. In
mhm.
freelance, sometimes you get some messages and some images, and then you have to come up with an idea. Maybe Daniel is trying to say that AI has a little of difficulty with this kind of work. Another way, yeah, a human being might get asked to a friend or call the boss or
Yeah, because
maybe do some research.
yeah, he brought that they're not consistent or reliable enough for high stakes
Yeah,
tasks. Yeah, like you said before, right?
yeah.
There are some tasks.
So when we talk about the models, it's not something that we develop and ship it to production. They are a constant piece of code where we as a human needs to go and check every time, retrain it, because these models are defined based on the historical data. So historical data is historical, what happened in the past. So we cannot train somebody in present to do a work of future which has given the training of the past. So that's where the models are not consistent, and that is where we need like human to go and check, how reliable they are. And the other thing is that we cannot just make out whether how the models are performing. It's a long slow process. When these models start performing in the real world, that is where we see how are they hallucinating, how is the bias happening. And at the same time, the data that we are inputting, it keeps on changing, so we have to make sure the model understand that. So that's where it's not consistent. But then as a human skill is like continuously monitor, continuously retrain it, continuously check the results on, and then the long term results on how, what, why we developed this model, what was the purpose, and is it actually serving that purpose, and if not, then what need to fix. So these are something, for the high stake tasks, it's a constant work that goes behind the scene.
Yeah,
Awesome.
well, I'm
Yeah.
speechless.
Wow. I feel that we could stay here talking for another hour and we will still be learning a lot. Uh, but unfortunately, we are reaching the end of our conversation today. Jyoti, thank you very much for being here. It was a pleasure sharing this time with you, learning a lot from you again. Um, I think I speak for everybody that watched and for everybody that will keep watching because this will stay on our YouTube channel and you can come back and rewatch and learn a lot more. Um, do you have anything you want to say that so that we can wrap up? Any final ideas, final insights, final thoughts on our conversation?
I would just say that be the main person, be the main pilot who drives the machine and not the AI. And that is where you will be able to guide the AI, use it for your own purpose. But just don't let AI take the main seat.
Awesome,
Awesome.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jody.
My pleasure.
Again, it was a pleasure having you here. We're gonna wrap up here, guys. Just doing our final announcement. So, thank you, Jody. I'll see you again.
Thank you so much. Bye.
I hope we can see you soon.
Sure.
Uh, yeah. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Wow, this is great. Yeah.
Yeah. What a time.
I want to shout out to Daniel who said Nana Banana 2 is coming tomorrow. I didn't know about that, so I'm just going to be wait awake. I won't be sleeping into it because I had tried a lot of Nana Banana and I love it. I want to see what the guys cooked into the Nana Banana 2. I hope it gets better. I don't know if I ever use it, Augusto, but
No,
it's
no,
nasty.
never
It's very
used
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've been I used few times image generating AIs. Uh, um, I'm not sure. I guess that's the context here. But yeah, I do use LLMs, but not to generate image. No, no, I haven't. I will try though. Yeah, thanks, Daniel. Guys, wrapping up here, we had this amazing conversation. Uh, it felt like a masterclass again, so we might have to change the name of our weekly event to Vibe Masterclass because yeah, we're having a lot of knowledge. We are bringing a lot of knowledge with our expert industry leaders. And we are very grateful for that. So please, guys, don't forget to give a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. All of our events stay recorded here. And again, like we said before, uh, drop at our calendar on Luma, so luma.com slash venture miner. I guess we have that uh, cheeky
Cover.
QR code. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can bring that up, Pedro.
And also shout out to Artisan and shout out to the AI Collective for make this happen. We are very pleased to have you guys working with us into this Vibe demo days and Vibe interviews. So thank you guys for helping us make this happen. It's a pleasure to have you to have a opportunity to construct this with this great community and have partners so big and so supportive as you guys are. So thank you guys so much for being with us.
and I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah, I guess it's so.
And go ahead.
No, no. I just want to say thank you, Augusto, as well. Thank you, Jyoti. She might have left already. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone who watched it. It was a pleasure to be here. Augusto had said already, give it a like, subscribe, share this video. If you're watching this later of the stream, and if you have a question, leave a comment down there. And also, we are streaming this into LinkedIn as well as Twitter. So if you want to, you can share a link, can drop a link, share this live stream to your friends will be recorded. And also, yeah, stay tuned with us. The next event that we'll be hosting will be Demo Day, Augusto.
Yes, yes, Tuesday, November 25, November the 25th. We already have some judges confirming. So yeah, we're gonna have a great lineup of judges and great lineup of industry leaders, and the projects are coming in as well. So if you have a project or if you wanna present something, you have an idea, or if you have an idea at any stage, just go again on our Luma calendar and apply to pitch. We are we'll be ready to receive your project or idea and be judged by judges like Jody. She was a judge on many of our events, and we have a lot of people, great leaders, great industry, great technical people that will give great feedbacks and tips on how to I don't know, improve,
Improve.
or how to make it more secure, or to how to go to market. And yeah, it's a great event. You guys should definitely check.
Yeah.
And we'll see you then.
You see then. Thank you
Bye
so much
bye.
for everyone.